Hey everyone, welcome to Gaming Update. I'm your host Brendan West. Now, as many of you may know, this past July marked the conclusion of one of the largest events in the world of professional sports. One with massive international appeal, with athletes who transcend the sport and become pop culture icons. Now, obviously, I'm talking about the Overwatch League first annual esports tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Barclays Center and welcome to the Overwatch League Grand Finals.
Overwatch League, abbreviated as OWL, is a professional esports league for Overwatch, developed and fully controlled by Blizzard Entertainment. The league aims to follow the model of traditional North American professional sports using a set of permanent city-based teams and regular season play. The Grand Finals were held at the Barclays Center in New York City on July 27th and 28th, where the London Spitfire swept the Philadelphia Fusion to become the first Overwatch League champions. Well, congratulations to all you Brits. I mean, this must be a huge victory for you. Although, I'm not exactly sure how much credit London can take for this win, considering that the entire team is actually from South Korea. And the owner is actually an American who lives in LA. In fact, come to think of it, none of these city-based teams actually have any reflection of the city or even the country that they're supposedly representing. I mean, take a look at Florida's Team Mayhem. It's comprised entirely of Swedes. And the owner is British. Well, I'm from New York, so I guess that means I'm supposed to root for the New York Excelsiors? Oh, come on, man. All right, well, let's take a look at their team, and they're all Korean. Okay, well, you know what? My Koreans can beat up your Koreans, so f*** you. Now, as the host of a video game news show, I should probably be breathing more heavily over the events of the tournament, but the truth of the matter is that I don't really care about watching high-level gameplay, and a small part of me dies every time I hear one of these guys referred to as an athlete. Besides, what was way more hilarious and more culturally relevant wasn't the tournament itself, but the performance by DJ Khaled that preceded it.
Right after I get off the stage, I'm jumping on that jet to DC to tear down a stadium. I just want you to know how important it was for me to be here tonight. I'm the one, the only one, another one, like this.
Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Mr. Khaled, it's important to know that although he's produced a number of huge hits with the likes of Drake, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, and Jay-Z, he doesn't actually sing or rap on any of his own songs. Which begs the question, how does DJ Khaled approach a live performance without the people who actually perform his songs? Well, apparently the answer is he just shouts his name a whole lot and then asks people to wave their hands.
Like this, New York, like this. DJ Khaled. Don't stop, let's go sing it. I'm the one, yeah. I'm the one, yeah. Shout out DJ Envy in the building. Let's go. New York. Sing it. Another one.
This performance is essentially a case study in the importance of knowing your own demographic. I don't know who thought the same crowd who would pay money to see an esports tournament in person would also be really stoked to sing along the second verse of Bodak Yellow. But here we are. Oh, also there was this.
Overwatch League. Pull up.
Now, it's easy to make fun of an obese 42-year-old man shouting, "Overwatch me," and then hitting the saddest two-step in the history of dance. But the fact of the matter is that this was literally the greatest physical feat achieved during this entire tournament. Also, if the fans didn't like that performance, they're really not going to like the next Roadhog skin. Late July saw the release of a massive update for No Man's Sky called No Man's Sky Next. The free update finally includes a more fully realized multiplayer mode, now featuring a third-person camera, an expanded base building mechanic, and a much-needed graphical overhaul, and much more. The update is called No Man's Sky Next, ostensibly because it's the next update. But isn't that going to be a little confusing when the next update comes out? Because what are you going to call that one? No Man's Sky Next? Or No Man's Sky Another One? I mean, considering that this update adds features that were promised like 2 years ago, I feel like it'd be more fitting to call it No Man's Sky About Time, or No Man's Sky Lawsuit Avoided. Anywho, by all accounts, No Man's Sky Next finally brings the game up to something at least closely resembling the standards set prior to the game's release. You can now play with and actually see your friends, you can build much more complex bases and show them off. The environments appear to be more full, more detailed, and more varied. You know, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that this game is totally procedurally generated and completely unique to your experience. But you'll be quickly reminded of that when you see some of the creatures that No Man's Sky has to offer. Some of the creatures are incredibly impressive, and there has to be a real sense of wonder knowing that you're encountering a totally unique creature on a totally unique world. And then some of them just look like this. I mean, can you imagine spending full price on this game and then spending all your hard-earned resources to relocate and settle on a different planet only to be greeted by this fucking thing? And just knowing that while everybody else is on this psychedelic Jurassic Park adventure, you're stuck on planet Give a Shit with the Steve Buscemi Demon Bunny. And you'll quickly realize that not all planets in No Man's Sky are created equal, or even completely. And with the revamped resource system, it's no small feat to relocate planets, so you really don't want to draw the short straw on this one. Alright, well that's not going to happen to me. You know, I only have the resources and the willpower and the attention span to relocate to one planet, so I gotta make this baby count. And that is why I've decided to enlist the help of a specialized realty service. I've reached out to Bartholomew Hot Pocket of Hot Pocket Real Estates to help me find the perfect planet to settle down on in No Man's Sky. For your viewing pleasure, here is an ad from Hot Pocket's website.
Howdy y'all, my name's Bartholomew Hot Pocket of Hot Pocket Realty, and I'm here to find you the perfect planet here in No Man's Sky. Yes indeed, Don't be fooled with these lush greens and beautiful blue skies. This planet seems like a perfect place to settle down in, but you'd be fucking wrong. It rains battery acid every 10 goddamn minutes. And also, Ricky lives here, and Ricky's a fucking tool bag. I gave him my stereo 6 months ago, and he still hasn't given it back. You don't want to live next to that prick. You fucking hear that, Ricky? You might think that this is a perfect neighborhood to bring a family and be all cool with, but you'd be fucking wrong, because town zoning boards are a bunch of pricks anyway. They'll fine your ass for putting a modestly sized Confederate flag in your front lawn. Well, fuck them and fuck you too, Beatrice. The only reason you're on that town zoning board anyway is because your brother, and quit telling people that I'm stalking you on Facebook. It's fucking illegal for you to even say that. Duh. Hey, this planet looks nice. Maybe this is the place that you want to start over. Maybe turn a new leaf? But you'd be dead fucking wrong. Turns out your ex-wife Trish lives here with an 80-mile restraining order, and that's greater than the planet's circumference. Which is bullshit because you settled here first. What gives, Trish? It's not enough that you took away my McDonald's commemorative Disney cups, but now you gotta take away my future too? Now come on down to Hot Pocket Real Estate and let me find the perfect planet for you.
Now, after consulting with Bartholomew Hot Pocket, he's given me coordinates to a planet that he guarantees I'm gonna love. And in fact, I'm just about to enter the atmosphere right now, so why don't you guys tag along and we'll check out my new home in No Man's Sky. Okay, let me just find a good place to land, and wait a minute.
Let's go! Hands in the sky! On my wheel!
Is this Earth?
Hold on. I don't know how to do that damn shit.
This planet sucks.